Do you ever look in the mirror and think my skin looks really tired, although you're not tired in yourself? Well, it's not your skin, it's your fascia. So in today's video, we're going to be doing some really great fascia techniques to really help lift up, rejuvenate and improve the skin. If the skin and the fascia is quite tight, everything draws and pulls down, and we want to lift everything up. So you want to start off with obviously clean skin. I'm just using a little bit of facial oil just for a bit of grip and glide. Let's just apply this to the facial area. Now we're going to do some great fascia point techniques and also finishing off with lymphatic drainage so we can reduce toxins and waste within the lymph. So placing our fingers, taking our thumb and the pads of our fingers, we're starting from the chin, and let's just do a little bit of gentle facial pinching here. And I like to work in an outwards motion all along the jawline, towards the ears. Now I like to do these in a seated position with my feet nice and straight, so you're not hunching over and that your back is nice and straight, to really allow for blood flow, circulation and nutrients within the neck and the head. If we're hunched over, we're shortening our neck and then you're not getting maximum blood flow. And then we're working all the way from the mouth area to the chin. And then just very lightly on the temples here, very nice and light. Again, we hold a lot of tension in the temples. We tend to crease our face with this. And then just on the forehead area. We're also improving blood flow, circulation whilst we're doing this. Now we don't have much fat padding on the forehead, so you want to go lighter. And not forgetting between the brows where we hold a lot of tension. And then from the collarbone, let's just very, very lightly work in an upwards motion from the collarbone towards the jawline from the neck. Again, feather light touch. Nice and light. So where the collarbone is just above, we have some indentations. And if you just give those a few gentle presses, this will open the gateways for blood flow, circulation and nutrients. So once we've done that, we're now ready to do some really great acupressure points to really help release that fascia which pulls and drags everything down, and we want to lift everything up. And we're going to first of all start with the chin area here. So placing a finger onto the chin, and just give it a few gentle presses, and then placing the finger slightly deeper, you want to really melt into the skin. And then with the finger in place, so we're not dragging or pulling at the skin, you want to work in a round circular motion one way. Now we're releasing any tightness here within the fascia. Now the fascia is almost literally like a sort of connective tissue within the whole of the body, and then in the other direction. And then working from the mouth area here just above, again, great acupressure points, taking 2 fingers, gently press, hold, and then going a bit deeper. And a nice round circular motion one way. This will really help with the drooping mouth, and then the other. And then between the nose and the mouth, again, another great acupressure point, placing and holding, melting into the skin. Now you want to make sure your shoulders are nice and relaxed and back. So again, so nice and straight. It's always great to do a few gentle belly breaths, in for 4 and releasing outwards for 6 to really calm down the nervous system as well. And then again, we're just gently placing and holding, gentle round motions one way and then the other. Now this is a great acupressure point. Again, either side of the nostrils, taking our fingers, placing and holding. And then just very gently melting in deeper. And then nice round circular motion one way. And the other. Okay, remembering to keep the face nice and relaxed. And some really lovely deep belly breaths. And then working from the chin area, the zygomatic, from the pupil of the eye, coming all the way down to where the cheekbone is, and just come slightly under that. And just, again, press down, starting light. And then you want to just, again, melt the fingers in. You're going deeper and deeper. In for 4, out for 6 with the breath. And then a round circular motion one way, not dragging in its skin, releasing any tightness here. Again, if the fascia is tight and stuck to the bone, you're not going to get so many nutrients and blood flow, and also detoxification as well. So really creating more space for that by unsticking. And then we're going to come to the masseter muscle here. We get a lot of tension, we clench. Again, we drag everything down. We want to lift everything up. So where the cheekbone is area here, if you come down a bit, and if you can clench your mouth, and you should feel that muscle. So placing, I like to place a couple of fingers here for maximum surface area. And again, just gently start to press in and melt in. Breathing in for 4, out for 6. And then just very slowly and mindfully massaging a round circular motion one way. Again, not dragging at the skin. Melting in. Any of those fascia adhesions. Decompressing the fascia. And then working in the other direction. This will really help if you're a teeth clencher, or if you have suffered with TMJ. And then to the temples, just gently, again, I like to use a few fingers here, just gently press down. You don't want to go too deep. And then just gently massage, again, not dragging at the skin. Nice somatic massage here. And then just massaging in a round circular motion the other way. Now again, if you can do this in the mirror, you may find this a bit easier as well. And now we're going to come to the eyebrows here. So again, where the pupil of the eye is, if you can come up to just to where the eyebrow is and just gently press. And then just deepen in a bit deeper, pressing down a bit deeper, melting in, and then slowly, slowly, round circular motion one way. Remembering to do a lovely breathing technique. And then the other way. And then between the eyes, when we get those furrowed brows, those lemons, when we're creasing and scrunching, you want to release this. So again, you can take 1 or 2 fingers, press between the eyes. And then go in a bit deeper. And then again, anchoring down the fingers, just massaging one way. And again, we're doing a really lovely fascia decompression here. And then the other way. Nice, slow and mindful. Now we're going to come to the top of the head. We're taking our fingers, taking the pads of the fingers, and we're coming to the top and just behind at the crown. And then again, just pressing down. And then going a little bit deeper. In for 4, out for 6 with the breath. And then massage in a round circular motion one way. This will really help, particularly if you have fine lines and wrinkles on the forehead. And if you have any tension in the head as well, this is a great one. And then massage the other way. So once we've done that, we're taking our fingers, we're interconnecting them onto our forehead, and we're moving now in a very light, feather-light touch. And what we're doing here is we're moving toxins and waste within the lymph now. We've done some really great acupressure fascial points to really help release any tightness, to really help lift up the skin. So by doing this now, we're just moving toxins and waste, light feather-light touch. And then with the ring finger, because we have a lighter touch between the eyes, under the eyes where the bone is, towards the temples. Then lifting up and across. Lower part of the face towards the ears. And then with the neck, just lifting up with the fingers from the collarbone towards the jawline. Further light touch. And then with the thumb placed under the chin, fingers as a hook, we're now gliding all along the jawline where we have plenty of lymph nodes. Towards the ears here. And then from either side of the ears, let's just glide down. Again, plenty of lymph nodes, front of the ears, and then behind the ears. And then when the fingers are literally down by the bottom of the ears, let's just work in a round circular motion, nice and light, all along the occipital bone. So bottom of the head, top of the neck. And just really give it a lovely little light massage. You hold a lot of tension in the neck. And then when the fingers are touching, one hand at a time, gliding down that big SCM muscle to the collarbone. And on the other side. And then from the chin all the way down where our collarbone is, those indentations just above, if you can just take the pads of the fingers and just give those a few gentle presses. This will release all the toxins and waste into the body, ready for elimination. Now, I would really highly recommend doing this 3 or 4 times a week. If you want to spend a bit more time on a certain area, feel free to do so. Also important to have a nice glass of lukewarm water, body temperature water if you like, to really help hydrate the fascia and also for detoxification as well. So if you're not already subscribed, please consider liking, subscribing and sharing. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Okay, oh, and also please comment down below, tell me how you found this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.